Welcome back. Right now I have the opportunity to speak with Damian Prosaliendis. He is an inspiring entrepreneur joining us from Greece. Damian, thanks for being on Park City Television.
Hello, thank you very much for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
Well, to be honest, I wish I was in Greece, but we are excited to talk with you. Let's dig into your journey. You really went from rags to riches.
Yeah, when I was 19 years old, I was studying at the university, chemical engineering, and it was very hard to get by. I was on university food stamps, lived in a little roach infested dorm room that the university gave to the poorest students, and it was an unbearable situation, and I had to endure that for about 1.5 years before I decided to drop out and start my own business.
And by the age of 21, you had founded and were running 3 different companies.
That's correct.
So tell me about those companies. What was your first one, and really what got you started as an entrepreneur?
hmm All right, my first company was a consulting firm that helped Amazon sellers sell their products on Amazon and boost their sales volume. So we eventually reached a stage where we had over 10,000 clients all over the world. We were the biggest company on the platform that we used as the means to sell a service. We used Fiverr.com in order to bootstrap the business because I had no capital in order to begin my business, no business connections, no experience whatsoever. All I had was my internet connection and a laptop bought on installments. So I had to use a source of outside traffic, and I just borrowed Fiverr's reputation and advertising in order to build my business and develop a client base. And we ended up working with over 10,000 clients all over the world, ranging from new startups to multi-million-dollar brands.
You really prove that no one should give up. Everyone has these incredible opportunities despite where they are currently. That was just a few years ago. What are you doing right now?
So right now, I'm very blessed because my business became a big success, and I've been able to travel the world the past few years. I've been all around the place, from the United States to Dubai to Paris, France, London. And there are still a few places I haven't visited yet, like Asia and Australia. But I'm really a lot into traveling right now and training martial arts. I travel all over the world and train with the best teachers, fighters, and masters because martial arts was my passion. It's been my passion since I was about 17, but it was something that my parents discouraged me from doing, and it's just something that I hid, I put on the shelf, and just skipped it because I didn't even have money to attend martial arts classes or pay for that thing. So now that I can do it, I'm just traveling around the world and learning from the best.
You also have a talenting modeling agency. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, that facilitates travel very much because I was wondering how could I turn this constant expense of having to fly to different places around the world into something that's profitable. And I came up with the idea of starting a model and talent management agency, flying girls out with us, having fun in beautiful locations like in Mykonos, Santorini, Cyprus, and other beautiful places, and combine business with pleasure. Basically, I'm getting paid to travel right now. And as a joke, when people ask me what my occupation is, I say that I'm a professional traveler.
It's brilliant, actually. And you also have a video production studio.
Yes, Studio Badass is my video production company. It's brand new. It's only been like a year since I launched it. We worked with very select few clients on projects that we are really passionate about. Right now, we're launching a fashion brand called Badass Wear, and we're also filming a show we want to put on Netflix. It's called New Age Millionaires, and it's basically showing the lifestyles of new age millionaires.
You've had all this success. You've also been very smart with the money that you've earned. You've been investing and diversifying your portfolio. Any advice for people on that front?
Absolutely. In my opinion, and from the advice I've gotten from my mentors, particularly Grant Cardone, when you want to invest, it's not something that you do when you're just starting out, because if you don't have a source of income, or even better, multiple sources of income. If you don't have recurring cash flow, and not just small cash flow, but in large quantities, it makes no sense to invest, because unless you do something extremely risky, which basically endangers your capital, you're not gonna get any returns out of small amounts of capital. So you need large sums of capital, and that requires having a pre-existing foundation of at least one business, if not more than one, and different income streams that fuel your investments. And then you can decide on what you want to invest on. It could be anything from real estate investment, stocks, bonds, forex, cryptocurrencies. There are just so many opportunities and options nowadays.
And a recent highlight for you was being featured in Forbes magazine as an entrepreneur who's built multi-million-dollar companies coming from a roach-infested dorm. How did that feel to have that feature? Was it a bit of a full circle moment?
Yeah, it literally felt something that was totally unbelievable for me. If you told me that this would have happened 4 or 5 years ago, I would not have believed it, because I basically started out just wanting to make a basic income. My initial goal was just to make $1,000 a month in order to make ends meet, and I could never imagine all the success I have today.
And Damian, you have a lot of inspiration on your YouTube channel. How can we find that and follow you and really learn from you?
Yeah, I would love to connect with all your viewers on social media. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Damian Prosa.
Well, Damian, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Greece. It's been a pleasure hearing about you, inspired by your story. Really, anyone can do it if they have some business savvy, and you're here to help them.
Likewise, thank you very much for having me on.
All right, we'll be back with more right after this.